Hey guys, so I want to share with you something that I figured out. The enemy's plan right now is to lure people away so that when the time comes for the rapture to happen, they will be left behind. These are the final hours, guys. We don't know when the rapture will happen, but there will be many people that are falling away from the truth. They are giving up on looking for Jesus and the rapture. And because of it, they're going to get left behind. And they're going to be easy prey for the enemy to mark with his mark of the beast. Don't let that happen. I've talked about this many times. We need to be steadfast. We need to hold on to our faith in Jesus. What does the Bible say? In the last days, when Jesus returns, will he find faith? Faith is what we need to get through these times and to the rapture. Because if we don't have faith, we cannot please God. We cannot do anything to please God if we don't have faith. We need to have faith. What is faith? It is belief in things not seen. Belief that things are going to turn out the way they should. Things are going to work out in the end. That's faith. You know, even in tough times like these, there are people that have faith. There's a lot of people that don't put their faith in Jesus. A lot of them put their faith in drugs. A lot of them put their faith in other gods. But we have one God, and that is the God of the Bible. That is, Jesus is God. That's who we need to follow. That's who we need to put our faith and trust in. Because if we don't, we will miss out on the wedding when Jesus returns. We will get left behind. We will be shut out of the wedding. And we need to make sure that we are staying on the path that we need to in order to get to that day when Jesus returns, to be found worthy to avoid the tribulation. And we need to be out there winning souls to heaven so that they too can go in the rapture. We need to take these times seriously. We need to really use this time to get closer to God, because we don't know how much time we have left. Today could be your last day here on earth, whether it be the rapture or death. But you need to take this seriously. You need to take these times seriously. Stop playing games, like I can do whatever I want and I won't be punished for it. Because there's coming a day where every single action will be brought before you, and you will see the result of everything you've done. Now, if you are under grace, you get a free pass to go into heaven. But if you have not repented of it, you will be going to hell. And even if you don't go to hell, it's possible you could lose your reward. There have been pastors that have had rewards, and I'm not trying to shame any pastor, but I'm just giving an example. There have been pastors that had a great reward for them in heaven, but because they did something that goes against the word and what they were preaching, they lost their reward. They were still given access to get into the kingdom of heaven, but they didn't get their reward. It burned into ashes in front of them. And the same thing could happen to you. You could have something totally great in heaven waiting for you, but lose it thanks to something you did here in the world that goes against what you're teaching. You cannot serve both Jesus and the enemy. You have to choose one or the other. You have to stay on the path that leads to heaven, which is the narrow path. And it's hard to stay on. I get that. It's hard to stay on the narrow path. It's hard to live your life to serve Jesus. It's hard to, give up certain things that you want, certain things that you like to do. But we need to learn to submit ourselves to Jesus, even though it's hard, even though we don't want to do it, even though our flesh is trying to get us to go back to the world. We need to constantly surrender ourselves to Jesus, because that's the only way to heaven. That's the only way we'll get to heaven. There's no other way to heaven. Not by good deeds, not by what you have only by Jesus and by having the Holy Spirit inside of you. The enemy's plan is to get many people damned to hell as possible. And that's what he's doing right now. He's luring Christians away, or people that are very vulnerable and on the fence. He's going to lure them away, and they'll get into sin and the world enough to where they'll be left behind. Don't let that happen to you. You shouldn't be playing around with this. It's time to take it seriously. Make sure that you are watching for Jesus' return and that you are worthy to avoid the tribulation. Pray that every time that, I should say every day, pray that. What I'm teaching you is not comfortable in the slightest, but it's what you need to do. It's what you need to do if you want to be saved from the tribulation. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. There's a greater reward for you up in heaven. You can either run your race and, keep on the narrow path and endure till the end to be saved and get that reward. Or you could just live in the world and indulge in the pleasures and completely miss out on that reward. It's your choice. What are you going to do? What is your choice? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.